Tonight, healthcare workers rally at the legislature demanding a deal from the government. We take you to a Saskatoon program giving kids and adults with disabilities a safe place to play. And some standout riders are CFL West Division All-Stars.
This is CBC Saskatchewan News.
It is Wednesday, October 29th, and the CBC Saskatchewan News starts right now. I'm Ethan Williams. Thank you for joining us. A trio of healthcare unions gathered at the provincial legislature Wednesday. They're calling for the province to negotiate new contracts with them. And as Alexander Kwan reports, some of the unions have gone years without a deal.
After over 3 years without a contract, we are tired of waiting.
Unions representing healthcare workers like medical technicians and licensed practical nurses rallied in front of the legislature Wednesday, frustrated and tired by what they see as inaction from the provincial government.
We're tired of waiting for safe staffing levels and patient overcrowding to be addressed.
Shame! The unions want new contracts. Some have gone years without pay raises. Others have more specific goals.
The number one thing we want is to address staffing. We want people to go to school in this country, in Saskatchewan, and stay in Saskatchewan.
Healthcare workers are hoping to send a message to the provincial health minister that things need to change.
Public don't realize that we are doing this for them. This is to care for you, it's to care for your families, it's to care for your children. If we don't have a proper healthcare system, then we're going to crumble.
Union leaders say their rally is meant to appeal to the public.
Our conditions of work are your conditions of care.
And the provincial government. While bargaining between the three unions and the province is ongoing, labor leaders aren't convinced progress will happen.
To me, it just seems like a stall tactic to get our members frustrated so that they will take whatever is offered to them.
The province's health minister says that isn't the case.
It's unfortunate that feeling exists. I mean, again, it's, the commitment for me as the minister and from the government is, obviously to negotiate in good faith.
More bargaining dates have been set, with meetings scheduled through to the end of the year. Alexander Kwan, CBC News, Regina.
Meanwhile, the Saskatchewan Health Authority is ditching part of AIMS, its controversial new software system. Healthcare workers demanded be paused after challenges and concerns. The SHA says it's switching back to its old scheduling system by the end of next month. We're expecting to hear more from the SHA about this at a news conference on Thursday. The opposition NDP is calling for accountability after a senior with Alzheimer's died after walking out of a care home unnoticed. CBC first reported William Cohn had been at his Saskatoon care home for just 36 hours before wandering away through a propped open kitchen door. He was later found 8 blocks away with a broken hip and died in hospital days later. The NDP says this is part of a larger pattern pointing to similar incidents that occurred in other care homes in Saskatchewan.
We no longer have minimum care standards in our long-term care facilities. They're guidelines. They're not required to be followed.
It's my understanding that the SHA is doing an inquiry on what happened, and so we'll look forward to those results. I don't have a whole lot of information. The family hasn't reached out to me.
Cohn's family is still waiting for answers. The health authority says it has reached out to the family, but the family says it hasn't heard anything from the SHA or the government. An effort to establish an independent public inquiry into the government's response to this year's wildfires has been blocked by the government. The government says it has already commissioned an independent review of the wildfire season. It will be conducted by Myers Norris Penny. The province says the review will be made public once it is completed, but that's of little comfort for some residents of Denair Beach, the northern village ravaged by wildfires in June.
Just turning down the public inquiry kind of makes us wonder. So why wouldn't you want to give us these answers that everybody's asking for? Not sure. So I don't know. This is insane to all of us. It's very hard. It's very heavy on our community, on everyone.
The NDP has said a public inquiry is the only way to have everyone who wants to speak provide testimony. The opposition doesn't believe the review will accurately report what happened this summer, nor whether the government took appropriate action. Saskatoon City Council has decided to defer its decision to strike a deal with a private U.S. company wanting to build a proposed downtown arena. After a half-hour-long question and answer session with Denver-based OVG 360, Council voted unanimously to delay discussing the proposed framework for the project until the first quarter of next year. That proposal includes OVG 360 putting forward $15 million down for the build, which is expected to cost $1.2 billion. OVG 360 runs more than 300 facilities in North America, which it says has given them connections that will be very beneficial to Saskatoon.
We're very bullish on Saskatoon, and with our booking power and our contacts and our ability to be entrepreneurs and take risk, we see this as a very, very robust market.
The arena has not received a promise of funding from the provincial or federal governments, which is needed for the project to go ahead. If it's approved, it's estimated the arena will take 4 years to build. A group of university and high school students in Saskatoon are spending their Saturday mornings spreading joy and laughter. They're leading a program that gives kids and adults with disabilities a safe space to play, be active, and grow. As Aishwarya Duda shows us, it's more than just a workout.
At the University of Saskatchewan, laughter fills the pool and the gym on Saturday mornings. It's where kids like 12-year-old Owen come to move, learn, and make friends.
I love PAL. It's been amazing so far. And I love you, everyone. And this is Marcus, my friend. He led me from over 4 years. And fun fact, I was at his birthday party.
It's all part of the Physical Activity for Active Living program, or PAL, designed for people with intellectual and physical disabilities. The sessions are coordinated by Olivia Tegens, who's been running the program since she was 16.
Everybody that comes to PAL is starting at a different place with a different ability in the pool, a different ability in the gym. And then because we have a 2-to-1 supervision ratio of our volunteers, they have the opportunity to meet them where they're at and then push it to the next level. We start with some kids that won't even go in the pool, and then by 6 weeks in, they're like splashing around and learning how to float and kick and do all those things.
There are 3 groups: children, teens, and adults. Saturdays are for the kids and teens. They switch between the pool, gym, and other fun activities.
I like to play games like dodgeball, red light, green light, and pools in the gym. I like to go underwater with my goggles. I even like to do some cool challenges.
The PAL program has been running for decades. It's entirely coordinated by University of Saskatchewan students, and even the volunteers are high school and university students. They're paired up with the participants who are of different ages. Each session runs for 8 to 10 weeks and focuses on connection, building confidence, and movement.
Parents say the small moments of joy and growth mean everything.
They treat her like a queen. I know the first time that she came, for a while she didn't want to get into the pool, but she would sit on a platform and the volunteers were pushing her around like she was a queen. It was amazing.
For the young volunteers, it's hands-on experience and a chance to see kids thriving.
I enjoy being there for when it happens. It's like watching your son take his first baby steps or something like that.
And for Owen, it's never long enough.
Thank you for taking your time today, and please have a wonderful day. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Owen.
Aishwarya Duda, CBC News, Saskatoon.
A Saskatchewan designer's clothing will be on full display in Milan, but not on a traditional fashion runway. This is what Canada's curling team will be wearing at the Olympic Games in Milano Cortina this winter. Regina's Stephanie Schmidt, who is also an elite curler, co-designed the new uniforms. She worked with Indigenous designer Shelby Gagnon from Thunder Bay, deciding on a unique new symbol.
When people are flipping channels, they wanted someone to stop and say, wait, what are they wearing? So we collaborated with Shelby Gagnon, who is a Cree artist from Thunder Bay, and she designed for us the most beautiful hummingbird. And what we really loved about that was, for me, it got to tell the story of the hero's journey, the athlete's journey. The hummingbird can endure almost anything.
Schmidt just returned from Olympic pretrial curling in Nova Scotia, where she may not have come out on top, but she was surrounded by her previous successful jersey designs. Commercial versions of the Olympic uniforms will go on sale November 22nd. And hard to believe, but we are officially 100 days away from the start of the Winter Olympics. The opening ceremony for Milano Cortina 2026 is slated for February 6th. The Games are scheduled to run until February 22nd. These will be the fourth Olympic Games held in Italy, and they'll happen at sites across Lombardy and the Northeast. Team Canada will join more than 3,500 athletes from 93 countries competing for medals in 16 Olympic sports. Stay with us. We're back after the break. Welcome back. The provincial government is repurposing money that was once linked to crime to upgrade Regina's police station. More than $280,000 from property and cash seized by police is funding the renovation of the police firing range. The money is drawn from a criminal property forfeiture fund. In this case, it's expected to provide the cash needed to upgrade soundproofing and improve weapons training scenarios. The province says the upgrades will help train officers from across Saskatchewan who use the facility.
Well, I think, a piece that we haven't really talked about this morning is that when we don't have to rely on taxpayer dollars to make improvements in the service, that's always a good thing. So we appreciate that times are tight for people in the community. And so if we're able to take some of this money that's been used for evil and not good and repurpose it to reduce some of our costs, then I think that that's a good thing.
And as required by legislation, an equal amount of money will also be contributed to the Victims Fund. More than $10 million has been distributed from that fund since 2009. The former site of the YQR distillery in Regina's Real District is getting a multi-million-dollar upgrade with the promise of becoming a cultural center in the heart of the city. The new Queen City Distillers is being billed as an entertainment and culture hub that will feature 3 performance stages. Located at the former Agribition building, the $20 million project is expected to create 150 new jobs in everything from hospitality to entertainment. The team behind it is looking to feature Saskatchewan talent in the space and says it has the potential to be the go-to destination for local artists and large touring acts.
Why can't we see the best musicians? Why can't we be that touring spot where they stop and play first and maybe become loyal to, and maybe we get them back once they hit the big time, okay? So we want to be part of that circulation.
The new complex is being developed under Semple's 90-year lease with Real. The venue plans include an alcohol drive-through, sports bar, restaurant, speakeasy-style lounge, and multi-level music venue. Semple has tapped American firms Caffarelli Concepts and the design agency to complete production and design work for the complex. Opening is planned for December 2026, with concerts and acts to be announced. Well, the sunshine that we've had over the past couple of days going away quickly across the province as we see cloud cover move in, some rain and some snow, and also some pretty gusty conditions across the province. Let's take a look now at where we got with those peak wind gusts through the day. Regina, we were actually a little stronger than that, over about 50 kilometers an hour. Saskatoon, we did get over 60 kilometer an hour gusts through Wednesday, and those were especially strong in west central and southwestern parts of the province. The result of that, or I guess what caused those wind gusts, was a frontal system that you see there that's been moving through, south and central, bringing rain, including in both Regina and Saskatoon, seeing some showers, some heavier pockets at times. And that is attached to a low pressure system, which kind of spinning around on the cold side of that low is some snow, some moderate snow even at times, which is moving through northern Saskatchewan. And that low will continue to spin its way through the province, but not before possibly dumping some snow through south and central as we get into the early hours of Thursday. This model suggesting that it'll probably be mostly maybe some wet snow moving through east central and southeastern Saskatchewan. Regina, we could catch a few of those snow flurries as they head through, but by Friday morning that is out of here. High pressure returns, which means for a lot of us we'll get some clearing, but that's not here for long. That quickly moves out. We see cloud cover move back in, and another system will develop out of Alberta, out of the Rockies, that'll quickly move our way once again. Pretty much through northern Saskatchewan, I think, is where we're going to see that. But for south and central from this system, I think the bulk of the rain, once it moves through, will bring maybe 5 to 10 millimeters, especially to eastern sections going into Thursday. But if that falls as snow, could be a few centimeters being picked up, maybe 2 to 4 at the most. But again, shouldn't be a lot of snow. And again, a lot of that will likely be melting as we're staying above the freezing mark. For northern Saskatchewan, again, 5 to 10 millimeters, especially through the Churchill region. That includes a bit of that next system that will roll through toward the weekend. And if we get a little bit of snow, especially overnight Wednesday into Thursday, again, not a whole lot, but 2 to 4 centimeters possible, especially in areas around La Ronge, is where we could start to be seeing that accumulating. And of course, the winds will continue to be a little bit gusty at times in both Regina and Saskatoon and through a lot of south and central over the next few days. It'll be a chilly Thursday for Regina with the possibility of some flurries or maybe even a little bit of rain before temperatures smarten up as we get into the weekend, with some cloudy conditions sticking around until Sunday, when the sun does indeed make a return and temperatures get above normal again, and will stay that way until Tuesday before we see a bit of a drop as we get into Wednesday. For Saskatoon, a couple of chillier days here, although 3 degrees is not too much below seasonal for this time of year. We've just been spoiled with the really nice weather. And then we might even return to double digits as we get into Saturday, but it'll be breezy for the weekend and the start of next week before we see temperatures drop and the sunshine come back out for a Tuesday and Wednesday. Note those overnight lows. Again, we're looking at a few nights here just below freezing, not too much below freezing, and actually staying pretty much right around seasonal for this time of the year. Well, Hurricane Melissa took aim for the Bahamas Wednesday as it continues its trail of destruction through the Caribbean. It made landfall in Cuba earlier in the day as Category 3 storm, bringing catastrophic winds and flash flooding after it slammed into Jamaica as the strongest storm on record to hit the island on Tuesday. Katie Nicholson has the details.
Hurricane Melissa's path of destruction clear in Jamaica's morning light. Melissa trashed the island with winds that at times gusted 320 kilometers an hour.
It was terrible. The wind, it was violent. It was terrible for all of us. I have a son here, and believe me, he was actually crying.
The terror of the storm now over, the unprecedented devastation only just beginning to hit home. An unconfirmed number of deaths, roads blocked by trees and debris. 77% of the country without power after large sections of the grid knocked out. Homes ripped apart.
We still have to pick up the pieces and move on.
To that end, multiple countries and organizations are ready to help, including the UN.
I don't think there's any single soul on this island who was not affected by Hurricane Melissa.
The UN estimates roughly 1 million people, a third of the population, will need some form of help.
Some of the areas really remain unreachable in terms of getting resources there. We have serious challenges in terms of connectivity, so we cannot get the reports from those areas.
Melissa went on to hit Cuba next. Rainwater crept up to doors in the dead of night and tore down trees and roofs. While in rain-drenched Haiti, at least 40 people died, many when a river overran its banks. Today, floodwaters linger. I'm living with kids, she says. I have nothing to give them. We wake up in the water, we sleep in the water. Long after Melissa pummeled the Caribbean, the misery from its damage will persist. Katie Nicholson, CBC News, Toronto.
Philip Brass has been awarded the King Charles III Coronation Medal for his work to bring Indigenous voices to land conservation. Brass, who's from Pipikisi's Cree Nation, is an Indigenous consultant and advisor for the Nature Conservancy of Canada. He was commended for his work at Old Man on His Back Prairie and Heritage Conservation Area, using Indigenous practices in managing bison. Stay with us. We're back after the break. The CFL has announced its divisional all-star list, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders lead the West Division with 10 players. It's just the fourth time in franchise history that the club has had 10 or more players represented. The list on offense includes wide receivers Keyshawn Johnson and Dante Myers, and a trio of offensive linemen, Jamarcus Hardrick, Logan Furland, and Jacob Brammer. Hardrick is being recognized for the third time in his career and says it's an honor he doesn't take for granted.
It means a lot. It means I put a lot of work in, didn't do it alone. A lot of credit to guys I'm playing with, the coaching staff, but it probably means a lot more when I'm done right now. Right now, I really do appreciate it, but it ain't the main goal right now. I'm in a new place, so yeah, this one means, I wouldn't say it means more, but this one really gonna cherish it. Actually got a week off, so I'm actually not gonna celebrate tonight, but I can think about it a little bit more.
On the defensive side, Micah Johnson leads the way, being named an All-Star for the 7th time in his career. Linebackers Jameer Thurman and CJ Rivas were selected for the 2nd consecutive season, and Tavon Campbell and Roland Milligan got the nod as defensive backs. Well, you know that old weather adage, red in the morning, sailors take warning. Well, I think too many of us were admiring how pretty those red skies were on Wednesday morning. I want to thank Bailey Mundell for sending in this photo from Saskatoon, better known as Madame Mundell, to her class at École Silver Spring School in Saskatoon. Her class, by the way, working on a sunrise art project at the moment. And I think Madame Mundell has provided some great inspiration for them there. Thanks so much, Bailey, for sending that in. Well, we've enjoyed the nice red sunset as we've gone into Wednesday evening. And for many of us, we'll see those clouds fully cloud over and expect some showers and flurries possible, especially in eastern sections of South and Central. For northern Saskatchewan, still looking at cloud cover overnight, and that system has sort of fully moved into the north as we get into Thursday morning, although I think the snow and the rain will start to dissipate as we head into the afternoon. Still looking at a cloudy day. That system, though, moving in through South and Central, and again through southeastern and east central areas, continuing to see some rain and wet snow through the day. A little bit of accumulating snowfall here and there, but not too much expected. Regina, we may catch a few of those flurries as well as temperatures stay chilly and winds stay breezy as we head throughout the day. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For more news anytime, you can head to our website or subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also download the CBC News app on your smartphone or tablet. Thanks for watching.